Hello, hello. We are officially at day 10 of Creep on June 2025. Tracy Fox is the hostess of this. Here I have the day 10 base. Looks like a trifold pocket thingamajiggy. If you see movement back there, my sweet boxer is taking a nap. You might hear her snore. So let's see what we got today. In these rapid, restless shadows, once I walked at eventide, when a gently silent maiden walked in beauty at my side. Now, these are lines from the poem "The Village Street." Interestingly enough, I did have trouble finding this one. There's not a whole lot out there on it, but what I found very interesting is that this poem, "The Village Street," is attributed to Poe, but it does not appear in the list given by the Edgar Allan Poe Society of Baltimore. Instead, it is included in the category of doubtful poems, Edgar Allan Poe doubtful poems. So interestingly enough, this hasn't been proven to actually be written by Poe, but it is attributed. And I believe Alone is in the same category. But I think with Alone, if I read correctly, they did do a manuscript analysis of the handwriting, and I think they have pretty much concluded that Alone was written by Edgar Allan Poe. Anyway, I digress. Published around 1831, October 1831. It's really just a poem about love and loss and the experience of heartbreak. Again, he uses a lot of nature to reflect his emotional state, or the speaker's emotional state. In the rapid, restless shadows, once I walked to eventide. This appears to be referring to eventide being nighttime or early night, but the stars and the moon are in the sky. So as they're walking through the woods, you've got the moon shining down on the trees and giving these appearances of restless shadows as things move, the trees and the shrubs and all that move. So, and then when a gently silent maiden walked in beauty at my side, that becomes more significant later in the poem, as you learn kind of what they're feeling and the emotions that are in them. And again, this restless shadows could be a signifying their like inner feelings, maybe towards each other or what they're feeling, anxiety, unease, things like that. So the whole poem is pretty long. This is a fairly decent in length poem, but let's make something. Okay, so I created this on AI to kind of look like the poem with the forest and the full moon and the people walking, and I made it kind of a dark style because that's what I wanted. It's a little dark, but I tried to lighten it up, and I didn't like the colors that it was turning into, so we're gonna go with it. Okay. I'm not feeling that well today, so I kind of had to go a little bit simple. Well, I go simple every day because I'm learning. So my glossy accents is still drying on here. I just added those to there, but I went ahead and just used this as a trifold. And I decided to put Poe on the front here because we haven't seen him yet in my ephemera that I've made. So there he is with his signature. And then if you open it up here, I have a combination of things. In the middle here, I put the image that I created on ChatGPT, and I put shadows here. And I love this. I love how they're walking together as I walked at Eventide with a maiden by my side. So there they are walking before the poem gets kind of where you feel their emotions and you see how their spirit really is. Then over here, I made a pocket with some paper that I had. I put the words here. In here, I just left it as a belly band with this ephemera that I had of Poe Such a Music. I stuck that there. And then for now, I just put these two little cards in here. This showing the maiden and the speaker, and then just some books. I don't know what I'll do with this eventually, but I may change that out. And then over here, I made sort of I was inspired by like a CD cover, so I made this little flip out, and I put the picture of the woods. Actually, I had this in my stash. I had this picture of the woods with the full moon. I thought it was perfect, so I stuck that in there. And then you just flip it over, and I left this as a little pocket. And in here, I have more things that can make shadows seem creepy in the night. And then another picture of a maiden in the woods. And I just tuck those in there. Most likely, I will decorate this up a little bit more under here or on top of here in the final make. But for now, this is kind of what I have the energy for today. So, oh, it stuck to my desk. But I'll fix that with some ink. I hope you like it, and see you hopefully on day 11.